Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where I just realized my outfit works exceptionally well because it's bone white and it matches the skeletons, and I'm like, of course my Warren Watch character picks a bone white outfit. It's perfect. I'm also tempted, I keep being tempted to switch either to the hawk armor look or to the one that I found the appearance of that looks really, really nice. Oh my gosh. I need to take some photos. I need to take some photos of her like this. She looks super good. But the one that I found that is technically Mornwatch, and it's like purple and white, and it looks really good. I love her hair so much. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I made such a beautiful character. She's so beautiful. And it's such a great job, and I love this outfit so much. I'm just so happy we have so many fun options for things. Dude, I need to figure out, we need to do some quests. Let's see. We've had Balara's and Taash's the longest. Let's do Taash's.
Thanks again for talking with me. Being non-binary feels good. And so does being
good.
It feels good to just own it.
I am a little bummed about the way that one worked out. Like, you spent like the first interaction with them being like, oh yeah, it's good to be a child of multicultural backgrounds, and then it's like, pick one, you know? I don't know. And right now we don't have any great examples of the Qun. Like, why would they, I mean, maybe for their mother, but like, I don't know. You know, it's just feels like not the right choice to make. It's not like Cole's where it feels like either one is fine. Oh, hang on. I keep pressing the wrong one. But I gotta get some pictures of him holding a freaking skull. And look at us having freaking, like, it looks like we're just like in like in cahoots, yeah, like chatting, you know? Like, mode watch things, blah, blah, blah. Like, both, oh, yes, what, you know. Anyway. Putting it right there, too, like, right at the tip of the candle. Oh, my gosh, this is so fun. Why is this game so fun? I love it so much.
Powers. She's come so far
fun,
in
so
such
fun.
a short while.
So, any particular reason you have the skull? Or are you just chatting with it? Or are you just for the ambiance, you know? Or is this just like a seductive pose? This feels like a seductive pose. It's so funny, my sister, she's the 19-year-old one. She was like, yeah, it's Emmerich. Like, I can't remember what we were saying about him, but it was like, I was like, I just flirted with him or something like that. And she was like, yeah, Emmerich, my favorite senior citizen. And I was like, excuse you. Oh, it was so funny though. Oh, Emmerich, do you like my outfit? It's white, bone white. Ivory colored with gold edging. I love it so much. I just realized this is Solus when he still had hair. Sadness, sadness. I'm gonna be listening to Trespasser tonight. I would love to listen to the Veilguard soundtrack. I really like it. But I can't because there's spoilers in the freaking titles as far as I have been told.
I wonder what my mom would think of these plants. She wouldn't like the fade, though.
I mean, are these fade plants? Harding probably has one of my favorite rooms too, honestly. This would be a very relaxing room to come into. Harding, Davrin, and Emmerich. Kind of similar vibes in many ways. I love that one so much. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite one. The favorite Pat. How's it going?
Rook.
Yeah? Oh, he's playing hard to get now. And like, we kind of, oh my gosh, we kind of match. Just white shirts. Oh, nice.
The loss of
She's
White
doing
House.
stuff. What?
It was a place from legend
Whoa.
and bedtime stories. To see it fall, it's another thing lost.
Is she actually adding and stuff? Like adding stuff around? Is this thing a gift I gave Nev? I guess, oh, I can check completed quests, right? Like the game keeps track of those, I think. I'll do that. Lucanus. Let's check Lucanus. The man in the pantry. The man who lives in the pantry.
I need to focus.
Yeah? Is Spite giving you troubles? Also, I was hoping for a bit more to do with Spite. I was hoping Spite would be a bit more of a problem. You know? Spite's only been a little bit of a problem. And honestly, he's like literally the demon that needs to be addressed in the room. You know what I mean? I am loving the on-top armor so much. It looks so cool. Ugh. I love seeing, like, she looks like an Amazon warrior in this, you know, with like the bare arms, sort of like the stereotypical, like, idea. Ugh. Looks really, really cool. And it's fun to see more of her skin, honestly, so that you guys can see, like, the paint and stuff. She's usually so covered up, which is fine. Like, I think that's pretty normal for her, right? But she's got the, like, what I call, like, Mon Watcher tattoos and Dalish body paint on, which could be too much, but, like, I like it, so. Oh, that's right. We can't just, we have to go to Shatham. Maybe we just go to Ravane? Now let's just go.
You're late. And you brought a guest.
Oh. Yeah, no.
I brought wine.
I do not drink alcohol. Taash did not tell you, just as she did not tell me that you would join us.
I don't smell the Iskop. We always have Iskop on Tuesdays.
I am not yet finished with my studies. I thought you would help me tonight.
And by help, you mean do it all. You haven't even chopped melons.
You swing axes all day. Do you lack the strength to chop a few melons? The runes on the tablet are written in the old Kunari tongue, but they are incomplete.
So they never finished it?
No. It is clearly finished, but parts of letters have been hidden somehow, rendering the tablet unreadable.
Sounds like they didn't want you to read it.
Yes. Unfortunately, there are few other documents that date back to the first expedition.
Yes.
What do you mean, the first expedition?
When they
Your
left.
history teaches that Kunari landed on Thedas 300 years ago, in the Steel Age. This is true, but incomplete. Almost 1,000 years earlier, the first expedition came, only to vanish. They were Kunari who predated the Qun itself. That is what I study.
The dragon elves.
Food's ready.
That was fast.
This is not Iskop.
Wasn't feeling like Iskop. We're in Ravane. Might as well eat like it.
I see.
What? Why is she jumping around? She's like, I want his cop, and then she's like,
The new
not his
bookshelf
cop.
should be here next week. Got him for you with some of the gold from the dragon.
You need not trouble yourself. My studies are clearly of little importance.
Okay? Bye.
What?
Thanks for coming.
She used she. You haven't told her yet.
I was going to. Then we got here and she was like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. This is I think, a very typical situation, right? Where it's just like, oh, and like, it doesn't feel right. And her mom's not gonna get it, or their mom's not gonna get it, or anything. But also, like, I don't know, it's like, that whole situation was weird. Also, it's like, oh, obviously she doesn't want anyone here, right? Like, the mom, she was just like, it was gonna be her and her daughter. So it is a little weird, or, yeah, her and her daughter. And it's gonna be weird, that it's gonna be weird to have somebody show up again. Taash, like, why'd you do that, you know? And then for the what was it, the mom just starts like, she starts like talking to me about the tablet that I found, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know. And then like, how awkward was dinner this whole time, you know? And then like, Taash is like, I want ishkap when we walk in, and the mom's like, I mean, you can make it if you want. And then freaking Taash comes back and it's like, look, it's Ravani food. Like, you don't just, you can have traditions, right? Like, you can be a multicultural individual. I don't know why we were like so into that, and now we're like not into that, you know. And then the mom, of course, this is, I've dealt with this with my own mother in some instances, where it's like you say one thing and then she takes it and blows it out of proportion, and it's like, no, not, this is not necessarily about you, it's about me and what I'm wanting, you know. In this instance, Taash changed their mind and wanted Ravani food, you know. And it's like, again, trying to be like, you know, I'm not just the Kyun, you know, that their mom is so into, right? Like, I'm not just that, I'm this also, you know. And then, of course, the mom takes that as, well, obviously my Kunwari studies are of no importance to you. And it's like, your daughter, your child is trying to do a nice thing and get you some nice shelves. Like, you would have, isn't it the type that would have complained if they didn't give you new shelves? You know what I mean? Like this, and maybe, again, it seems fairly typical of, like, certain interactions with parents and children, but, like, also, like, is not Taash a full-grown woman? Full-grown person? You know what I mean? Like, why is the mom acting like this? Like, maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, it's hard to let your child go, you know, type thing, when they're an adult and you're like realizing, oh yeah, they're an adult, you know. I don't know how to respond to this situation. Like, you don't want to push it necessarily. Like, you don't want to push Taash into like making a situation really uncomfortable for them. But I think I'm going to actually go with the tell me in advance next time, because that whole thing was very awkward.
I almost gave it away before I realized she didn't know.
That would have been bad.
Ah.
I'll tell her soon. She deserves to know.
This isn't about her. You do what's right for you.
Thanks.
Yes. I thought I was here for moral support for this. Like, for a telling. You know? Nope, it was just awkward. Ugh, this is not that done. Anybody have any quests? Nope. Hopefully I haven't missed out on any. But I'm gonna run up and check on everybody's conversations that they're having. Everyone's harassing Emmerich.
You don't get it. About the Kunari stuff. That's my mother's crap.
But you know so much more than you give yourself credit for.
But never as much as her.
Ah.
Don't awe me. She's the expert.
Of course she is. She has decades of experience. But a proper teacher never makes a student feel inadequate.
Maybe in Navarra.
Oh, okay, so now it's gonna be a father-daughter thing? That's fine. I get that. She needs a good elder. Isabella's a bad example. You don't want to have Isabella as your responsible adult example. You're screwed if that's the case. But no, this sort of a relationship, a father-daughter, mentor-student type sort of relationship, with like, a healthy dose of friendship or whatever, I can get behind this big time. And this, I think Emmerich's he's gonna see to the heart of it very quickly, that a lot of Taash's inadequacies come from the well-meaning, I think, structure their mother tried to give them. But that has to be so tough, coming from like a strict culture like that, and then being in a far looser culture, like growing up in it. Like, I'm kind of thinking maybe, I don't know, like born in China, or like had Chinese parents, right, and then moved to America, and things are so much different here. Or maybe I have a friend, an acquaintance, who was 10 when she moved here from India, and very different sort of upbringing than she would have had in India, you know. But like, her parents grew up in India, and they were like arranged marriage and all that stuff, you know. Just very, very different to have. must be so difficult to have such differing expectations and like trying maybe to like, you know, either break away from your culture like as the child or like cling to it in the way you can, but also like exist in the one that you're in. Like, I can't imagine like the full depths of that. That would be really, really complicated. Hard enough to be a teenager, right? Without all that.
I've been learning more about the Lords of Fortune.
Have you?
She has.
They're our allies, and it's good to make friends.
There's
Uh-huh.
not a Lord of Fortune I know who wouldn't like you.
What was that teasing for? I mean, I did think it was funny. Harding's like, I have a sparring session with the Lords of Fortune, and I'm like, A, when did you hang out with the Lords of Fortune so much to have a sparring session? And B, what a place we live in, like in the Lighthouse, right, where we can just bebop anywhere across Thetis, you know? Oh, very interesting. Why isn't the Inquisitor trying to utilize the Alluvians for troop transport, you know?
Davrin,
You
where
guys-
else are the wardens hiding in their cauldron?
I don't know.
Please.
Never seen the place before.
That doesn't bother you? They hide secrets even from you?
Do
Well,
crows
yeah.
announce every assassination to the rank and file?
Wardens
Yeah.
were hiding archdemon blood so evil it could destroy the world. And now the Gloomhowler has some of it.
The only reason we had the archdemon blood was because we ended a blight. We saved the world. I don't see crows doing that.
True, but we also cannot end it.
I don't listen, you two. I'm gonna need you two to chill. I'm gonna need you two to chill. Stop trying to get in fights in the pantry. Everyone's always so hard on the wardens. Stop it, BioWare. Just because we loved them from the get-go, and now you spent the whole next couple of games trying to tear them down. It's not gonna work. The core tenets of the wardens, even if like things get messed up and things don't go to plan and there's always secrets being kept, like, I don't know, the core tenet of the wardens is to save the world, and they've done that, you know. Doesn't give them a pass, but it's like you can't change that, you know. You can't change the terrible things they've done either, but like, I don't know. They're not evil, you know. They've tried to make terrible decisions to save the world, thinking the only reason they would keep the archdemon, I'm assuming, it was to keep it out of other people's hands, to like hide it amidst the wardens, those who could handle it and wouldn't be infected by it. You would hide it in your fortress so that other people would not, that it wouldn't reinfect the ground, because apparently the blood just stays in the bones, I guess. I don't know, there shouldn't be blood in that anyway. It's been 20 years at this point, I think, since the last blight, you know. Like, it doesn't make any sense why it still has blood. But if that's an archdemon thing, and I'll accept that, is that if you left that out and about, like, people would, like, interact with it, or people would try to take it and sell it on the black market, and then you'd have, like, a blight again, you know, or, like, something. You'd have really bad things happening. And so, like, it does make sense to me that the wardens would keep the archdemon corpses. What doesn't make sense to me is that they somehow transported archdemon bodies without anybody noticing. And not having, like, rumors or whatever. Wait, what do I want to do? What do I want to do, even? That was short. Let's bring Harding out. I think these two could be funny. And they match.
Every time we walk into the crossroads, I'm afraid I'll fall up instead of down.
Okay. People don't usually have a something they say as soon as they walk out. I'm hoping at my new place I'll be able to put up
Places between.
more stuff on the walls. Not a ton, but I have some posters or like pictures, pieces that I've acquired over the last couple of years that just kind of sit in their rolled up tubes. And it would be nice to hang them. I just realized I went in my casual clothes to that thing with not Shalon. Shalon is the name of the, not Winds of Truth, but you know, she's in Winds of Truth, I think. Brandy Sanderson.
Emmerich, if you liked someone, what would you do to show them you like them?
What?
Perhaps A stroll through the memorial gardens of the necropolis?
Yes.
Lovely flowers.
Don't, spirits hang around there?
Oh, a few, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily what you would do, but the flowers thing is, the location doesn't have to be exactly the same. Also, Harding flirting with somebody in the Lords of Fortune, it seems like, maybe. That's the vibe I'm getting. Interesting, too, that I haven't solidified a romance with anybody, and she's potentially, flirting on her own. It might be like the game might consider it too late technically for Harding, which does make sense. I've only flirted with her once. A little late in the game. So she might be out of the running. It's kind of the point. A replica of the Kunari Arashok's throne as seen by those who have seen it. As described by those who have seen it. From 2, or is it like the actual one? Oh, this shield! Oh my gosh! And what? Oh yes, the Exiled Crow. Okay, we need to level up the shop to level 4 so I can get Zevran's new outfit. Boy. What have you been up to? I thought about it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, where is that? And I could not remember where it was. I would have assumed in Antiva, but that doesn't make any sense, actually. Makes much more sense for him to come visit Isabella. Even if you romance Zevran, him and Isabella always got along.
Have a good fight.
Sure.
One thing bothers me about what you said before. You think that a mage might flee the Qun to have a better life in Chantry lands?
Well, yes. The Qunari do awful things to their mages. They sew their lips shut and make them wear collars.
They do.
Qunari mages live a regimented life, yes. But all are regimented under the Qun. A mage has it no worse than a soldier.
I heard about the mages being treated like animals over in Kirkwall, though.
Yes, by the Antam, who have since broken from the Qun because it was not brutal enough for their liking.
Are you seriously trying to retroactively make the Qunari into, like, I don't know, some pacifist organization? No, that was 10 years ago, at least, if not like 12 years ago. There was not the same issues that we are having now with the Antam, who are technically Talbashoth, who have broken away. Those Antam were on the search for their Bible. Their Qunari Bible, the Qun Bible, had been stolen. They were fanatically loyal. They had the actual Arashok. It was the actual Arashok who made the call for those decisions. You know what I mean? Like, who is the pinnacle of the body entity of the Qunari. You can, of course, Qunari mages, that's an Inquisition that's been a thing too, where like Qunari mages would escape, I think in 2 even. Qunari mages, if they could, would leave. You know, it depended. Some of them thought they deserved it. Some of them thought they deserved getting their mouths sewn shut. And their eyes sewn shut, or whatever. They were treated terribly. The Qunari have always treated their mages badly. Worse than they did in the Chantry. Oh my gosh. You cannot try to whitewash this. You can't try to make everybody into it. Well, everybody's just actually not that bad. And then have, like, the bad guys be super bad guys. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, they're basically Nazis. Yeah, that's easy enough. It's fine. But, like, trying to take away the complication. This is trying to undo 3 games worth of lore with this. That is so actually frustrating. Like, that was the thing with the Qunari, is that it was like a complicated thing where, like, it was good and bad at the same time. You can't just leave the Qun, they'll kill you. That's a Talbashoth thing to do. If you leave, they think you turn into a monster, it automatically makes you eligible to kill. If you're a mage, they sew your mouth shut because they see you as abominations right out the gate, and they see you as nothing more than like a tool to be used by a keeper, like some sort of handler. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And they're not even, like, putting any of that in, like, regular lore. It's just if you happen to pass by this, like, woman who's a Ravani, as far as I know, she's not actually from the Qun. You know, she's not from Qunari-held lands, right? She's just a Qunari by, like, race. And she's like, no, actually, it's fine. The mages are just... What do you mean? What do you mean? It was just one branch of the Entam. No, it wasn't. And the Entam, you're telling me that 12 years ago they were already doing that? And they were already trying to, like, break away because things weren't violent enough for them? You're trying to make an entire group of people, the Entam. You're trying to pretend that all of them are just evil, mindless, hulking man monstrosities? Like, I thought we established in, like, 3 in Inquisition that, like, anybody could be a warrior, a member of the warrior caste, right? Essentially, right? Anybody could be a member of the Antam if they were like picked out to have those traits by their Tamastran. But, like, if a woman wanted to become, like, or was seemed to fit better with the Antam, they became not a woman anymore. They became Antam. You know, they were like, it didn't matter. And Bull straight up just says that. It doesn't matter what your gender was when you were born. What matters is what you do. You know? Which, again, does rewrite the thing from Origins, where Sten, the guy who eventually becomes the Arishok, not in 2, but in after that Arishok dies, freaking, he's like, women shouldn't fight. And I just remember thinking that was laughable, because if you have a giant hulking race of giant people, and you're telling me the women don't fight, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I just don't, you know? And so that was kind of like, whatever, that was a bad take, you know what I mean? But to, like, so then to go forward and change it and be like, oh, well, actually, no, they aren't considered women, which could make sense, right? Where it's like, Sten's like, you consider yourself a woman, therefore you're not a fighter. But, like, in the Kyone, it would be, oh, if you're a fighter, you are not a woman, you are Antam. You know, you are considered then a man, essentially, at that point. So, trans rights, you know what I mean? I guess, kind of, but, like... So that makes a little more sense. Like, okay, but for this, to walk back what we saw, like, 12 years ago, and, oh my god, and pretend it was just, like, a fanatical, like, side group, or they were under the control of the last Arishok. Like, that's what they was their, this is, oh. That's actually crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy that they would try to do that. Try to walk that back so far. Just make everybody, everyone's just misunderstood. Shut up. God, that's so frustrating.
Greetings, Morn Watcher. You are a long ways from Navarra.
Oh.
Hail to you, child of valor.
Woo!
As a voice of our lightless shores, I pray your blade may never sunder.
Oh, you honor me. Few remember the old ways.
Ooh, okay. I thought he was talking to me because I'm a Morn Watcher, but I see. Bringing Emmerich here was a good idea. There are spirits wandering around. I think that was the only one that I'm aware of.
Hey, sweet thing.
Me. Hi, Isabella. I think I already completed all your challenges, but thank you anyway. I'm angry. Oh, look, it's the same dragon decoration. They've done well with it. Wanted to see if Emmerich would say anything about the blatant looting going on.
How about the wind chime thing with the feathers? We got it from an old shrine the Antam were destroying.
It's a dreamer thing. They were used with spirits in the area who made them chime one way or another to give instructions or advice.
Oh, neat. Does it still work?
It would only have worked in the shrine, and since the Antam destroyed the shrine...
Oh, well, at least you have it to study.
I think she's doing her best, right? This person. She's interested at the very least, but it's still like... The ramifications of the things they're saying are a lot deeper than just, you know, oh, we're taking it because it's being destroyed. Like, I don't know. Did I already see this? I think I did. Anyway, now I'm depressed. The Lords of Fortune and the Veil Jumpers make me depressed. and trying to walk back 3 games worth of lore without any actual basis for it is wild to me. Is absolutely
You think the mages
wild.
are mistreated, but I had to flee my home in Darismuir because of how the Chantry treated mages in Ravine.
Well, yeah.
The Templars saw a circle where mages lived peacefully with spirits and did not leave their families and invoked the right of annulment. They killed countless mages and their families, and so I fled here, to live where neither the Q nor the Chantry could threaten my safety.
I didn't know. I still live down in Ferelden.
Did you not have circles for mages in Ferelden?
Well, yes, but...
Just because one group suffers does not mean another, or one group makes you suffer does not mean another group does not. You know what I mean? Like, just because there's suffering in one place doesn't mean that there isn't in another. I don't know what I'm trying to say with that, but it's like, oh yeah, it's like you had to run from Chantry mages. Yes, you probably did have to run from Chantry mages, or from Chantry, like, authority, right? Especially in this particular situation, you know? But, like, they aren't, like, they're killing you, and it's terrible, and neither one is better than the other, but it doesn't mean that the Kunari mages aren't getting their mouths sewn shut. It doesn't mean that just because the Kunari treat their mages badly, that, like, it's less bad in like, Ferelden and Southern Thedas. You know what I mean? Like, it's... What am I trying to say with that? Like, just because the Kunari mages are treated really bad does not mean it's any, like, worse. Does not mean it's any better in Southern Thedas necessarily, but, like, yeah, I think I would still potentially rather run from Kunari held lands where I get my mouth sewn shut and told I'm just a tool to, you know, potentially a tower in Southern Thedas where, like, things could go wrong, but there's ostensibly laws and stuff to keep you safe and have some degree of autonomy, you know? But, like, rather that, I'd rather just go live free and hope for the best, you know what I mean? Like, just go wander around the wilderness, you know? But, like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be an either-or situation. It doesn't have to be, oh, one's worse than the other, or one's better than the other. Like, they're both bad. But, like, getting your mouth sewn shut is wild. And it doesn't mean you have to undo that just to make it so that the Chantry, I don't know, seems worse. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's been many... The whole entirety of Dragon Age 2 is about the atrocities committed at the Kirkwall Tower. You know what I mean? Like, the Circle Mage Tower. Like, they're just because one is bad, it's not... like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I don't know. Like, it doesn't have to be a competition either. Like, they're both bad, and that was the whole reason that we were trying to, like, change things, you know? But, like, even Iron Bull straight up says it in Inquisition that, like, the mages would not be allowed, they'd not be allowed to live. They probably wouldn't be allowed to live, honestly, at all, I think is what he says. Or they'd have to, like, submit to, like, the stuff that they do to the mages in the Kunari held lands. Like, you cannot come in. I'm just gonna, you know what? This person is not from Kunari lands, I think. They're from, well, not Ravine, I don't know, Darismed, I don't know where that is. I think it's, like, between here and Kunari held lands. But you know what? I'm gonna pretend that they don't know anything. That they don't know actually anything about how the Kunari treat their mages because they were never around for that. They only dealt with, like, Chantry held lands. That's the only way I can sleep at night because it's gonna bother me forever if I have to listen to that. Okay. Would enjoy some company. Sure. Will this help you sleep? Or would a nice little flirting
They
time...
said I could find you here.
Good timing. I think I'm done for the day. The Lords of Fortune don't mess around, do they? Hey, thanks for the lessons. I'll be back. I'm beat. I just gotta...
I thought I was gonna fight with you.
You just gotta...
Do you feel that? It's dark. And they're so afraid. So alone.
Hodding? What's happening?
She's stone sensing.
There's so many of them. All in my head. So much.
Listen to me. I'm here and you're safe. Take all the time you need.
I'm safe. Yes.
Needed to reassure her
feel
on that
it.
one.
Rippling through the stone. Confusion. Isolation. Fear.
Who's
Cave-in.
Whatever was after me has turned on the dwarves. It's drawing me out. Drawing me down.
I mean, it's a trap, but we're obviously gonna go. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I was thinking maybe she was just like noticing like a small cave-in nearby and we were gonna help, but holy moly.
And if I know you, you're gonna go. Because people are in danger.
I'm not gonna stop her.
Then so will I.
Good. That means whatever's out there better run.
She's a tough cookie. She always has been since Inquisition. I think she's floundered a bit here. Yeah, I do, but it's gonna be over here. It's gonna be elsewhere. No. Okay. Oh, what? That was... What? That whole... This is not part of that? What? All I did was go up and have a singular conversation with her and find out... I didn't even get to do... I thought we were gonna, like, go do, like, some sparring together with the Lords of Fortune. And, like, do, like, a little practice round or something. And then something would happen maybe after that. But, like, that was it, really? Like, it didn't even give it... What? That is, like, the shortest personal mission I've ever seen. I could get all of these done if I didn't keep yammering about how angry I am about trying to walk back Canary lore. Are these all just going to be, like, conversations like that? We would go right now. Like, what the heck? We would go right now. Like, you sense people in danger? Oh, let's go right now. Like, what are we doing? Oh, this is a new, I think, armor for Taash. Oh, it's like a shimmery, like, mermaid style almost. Like on the Under Armour part here? That's really impressive. Wow. Whoever had Taash's designs just loved their job. And I appreciate them for it. Okay, I wanted to see what this looked like because it looks ridiculous. It does. It is absolutely ridiculous. You couldn't see out of this. It is 100% ridiculous. Let's see. Ooh, this one I actually like. If only it didn't cover her hair and give you like a whole new hairstyle essentially, but I do like that a lot, honestly. I love it. I do love it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was like, I don't know why they do these covers, and they do them sometimes in Inquisition too. But I think it just makes it so they don't have an issue with hair, like such a wide variety of hair, you know. Okay, well, this one feels like it should take a little while, but I mean, I would think I need to. Oh, new quests available in the area. Ah. Veil jumpers want more help. I don't wanna. Let's bring Balara. Oh, 3? Oh my goodness. Why do the veil jumpers need so much help? There seems like there's more around though. Maybe Arlathan will be better after all the patches. My sister who's playing, she plays on console. She said all the patch notes that she looks at and she sees all the patch, like the...
So? Yes, indeed.
What?
Elves came from spirits.
Oh boy.
An incredible revelation of what happened thousands of years ago.
I asked Davern what he thought and he just shrugged.
He walked.
Brooke, do you feel any different?
As an elf? Should I?
More spirity, maybe? I don't know.
Well, let me have the chance to respond properly like you can in Inquisition. I do love Balara's outfit in this one. I picked this one as like her appearance one, These two would be so funny to bring out. And they would just be having the time of their lives talking about that. And freaking Emmerich, he's so professional most of the time, but he gets all like schoolboyish kind of with Valara. She kind of like takes like, kind of just like, you kind of go with the vibe, right? And the butterflies, the fade butterflies. Yeah, I don't know, right? Where he's like he's pretty professional with Davern, except for when they're doing the Dad Wars, but that was so funny. Like, Davern would. I'm like, he would, but listen. Why are there so many Guardians? It does kind of seem like frames are not so bad anymore. Maybe it's just hopeful, wishful thinking.
Ah, well done.
Thank you. You guys as well. We all did really well. Let's see what kind of help people require from us. Now that I can visit Arwathan without making my eyes feel like they're ripping out. No, it's more blight. No. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
What do we have here?
Not an Arwathan.
What happened here?
An attack of some kind.
Let's look around. See what we
Okay,
find.
so it wasn't just like they got eaten by the blight.
What?
They got stabbed and then eaten by the blight. Not an Arwathan. It's like the one place that's not supposed to have that much anyway. It does have some. Another dead veil jumper.
The body here. Something attacked them. Whatever it was,
It
went
feels
that way.
similar to what Balara's thing was, where it's like, oh no, veil jumpers have gone missing. Ooh, there's a bunch of blood everywhere. You know, and I'm like, oh no, time to figure out what happened to them. But apparently veil jumpers just go missing en masse. And like, there's whole hordes of them that are missing at any point in time. What's this? The cost of harmony. A verse of old Arwathan in textile. We sang our wards to guard the heart and bid our song be joined in kind. But harmony once joined bears costs eternal. So is that like giving up certain freedoms in order to have like protection from... Oh, the cat's in here. Since when have you been in here, kitty cat? Giving up certain freedoms, right? In order to have like the safety of the state or the government or whatever it is. That is, you know... the head honchos. I hear you. Okay, of course the kitty cat takes priority. I had to help him out. Oh. I did do this! I did this! No! I did this! Oh no. This is what you get for trying to do justice, right? Like trying to do vigilante justice. Rather. And he's necrotic resistant. Great.
You can talk?
It's the mayor from the Menace Crossing. He's blighted.
I guess wolves didn't get him after all. Let's finish the job.
Well, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, whoopsie, but another thing entirely to realize that we kind of killed a bunch of people, you know? I mean, he did. We didn't kill people, but our actions did lead directly to choices being made that killed people.
He's dead. Good riddance. One less horror in the world.
Level 38, yeah, but I don't think this wouldn't have happened if we had just, I don't know, let him go, I guess? I don't really know. Maybe he would have still. What would have happened to him would have happened to him, you know? Ooh, spend at least 50. Oh, stacking the deck. Spend at least 52 points in Rook's. I was like, what was that achievement for? I haven't completed anything fully. Wow. So that's how many Fenrirel statues we've gotten. Is 14? Yeah. Because that's 14 extra points that we've gotten. Or potentially from other things too, but the Fenrir statues are the ones I can think of that give you points outside of leveling up, you know? So that's exciting. Heralds the return of a long-forgotten threat. Oh, you don't say. New quests are available apparently for the Grey Wardens too. I was just gonna go sneak in and try to sell stuff to them. But apparently I could just bebop them on up with a quest, but well, this is good to know. Gosh dang it, didn't do enough. It looked like we were very close, but I have no idea how close. While we're here, we'll run and go grab it. At least, you know, grab the quest itself.
Have you seen Ryder?
He kept talking about a tree. Said it was very beautiful.
Oh no. They keep getting attracted to the tree.
Rook, I'm Sawyer. Watch
I
your
like your
back out
scars.
there.
What's going on?
Mercenaries. They're taking advantage of the blight and looting what was left behind. They attack wardens on sight even as we're fighting all this. A scout saw torches headed towards the redoubt. If they manage to break into the cauldron, there's dangerous relics out there and blighted weapons, and those mercenaries would sell to the highest
They probably
bidder.
die.
Can't let that happen. If I can stop them, I will.
We'd be in your debt, more than we already are.
Back to the cauldron at some point. Spinning gold from gray. That's a clever play on words. Honestly. I like that. And it's gonna end in your demise.
Do you miss one?
Sometimes.
Me too.
Only sometimes? I don't think this is any better.
I must say, of all our theories throughout the ages, no one thought ancient elves came from spirits was very likely.
Wait, the Mornwatch knew?
Not at all. It was only one proposition amongst thousands, and not
Yeah.
well credited.
I'll say.
You could write a paper for the Watchers, or both of us could.
All
What a
three of
wonderful
us.
idea. Though we'll have
Yes.
some difficulty citing our sources.
Right,
Yeah.
I guess Solus's memories are technically a diary?
I mean, you have to. You would not. Hopefully, I think the Mornwatch would have a way to go about doing it, right? Because they'd have to be used to citing sources from spirits potentially. But no, yeah. I mean, it makes sense because there was always, you know, that elven blood had more magic than human blood or dwarven blood did. That it was more potently magical. So I could definitely see the theory being tossed around, right? But like, yeah, I could see it being like, it's not given a ton of credence, you know? It's like, you know? So that's funny. Man, I should bring these two out more because they would have such hilarious conversations, especially now with everything. But maybe in the next game when I romance Emmerich, I'll bring him out with Balara more. But in this game, yeah, I kind of left Balara and Harding by the wayside. So, but I still take care of them. I give them a place to rest, things to eat, and I do their personal quests for them. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, I think, unless I mush these episodes together. But thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna cut away now and say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me in the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.